Hey there, UZURV for drivers. It is that time again, Tuesday, 3 o'clock Eastern. And once again, we're on the road. Just wanted to check in with everybody, see how everyone is doing, and be able to answer any questions that happen to pop up in the live chat. Hopefully those of you that are new to the UZURV for drivers Facebook group can go back. If you just search for the posts that I've put up there over the last several weeks, you'll come across probably too many videos, but probably one video per week going back all the way into July or August. So a lot of good information. Some of it may be redundant, where we cover the same topics many times, but good information nonetheless. And every once in a while we give out some homework. In the past we've asked that everyone focus on adding a rider or two during a week. We're going to talk about that again today. We also talk about inviting your fellow drivers to the Facebook group so that they can get the information firsthand, participate in the forum, participate in the question and answer that goes back and forth, and hopefully learn more about UZURV in the process and feel more comfortable with communicating the service, the issues that may be surfacing with the app itself, those types of things. Just being aware of the current situation with relation to UZURV. So we cover some insider information, tell you about some of the things that we're working on out there to really take UZURV beyond just the reservation app, but into some bigger areas. So first things first, want to welcome anybody new and thank all of you for tuning in. If you've been a loyal viewer of the Facebook Live that we post, we appreciate it very much. And for those of you that are new, I typically restate this over and over so that everyone can kind of understand, is that our philosophy is to be approachable, be available, have a face to the company. That for now it may be me. On Thursdays it's Chris Sost, who's one of our remote partners that is living in Gainesville, Florida. But so that you can actually meet someone, have a name to reference, Jeff Garcia. If you email jeff@uzurv.com, you will get me. We're not trying to hide from anybody. We are not the same as your other TNC providers. We are a separate app, and we want to have a different image. So I'll continue to give the kudos to our support team for handling a lot of the questions and emails and things that come in to our support desk. Some of the tone may be pretty aggressive up front, because I think people are familiar with sometimes how difficult it may be to get through to support for Uber, especially now considering you can't send an email directly anymore. But we're approachable. We got human beings actually on the other side of the receiving those emails, and they are truly trying to help you out in whatever your question may be. So as you're communicating back and forth with our support team, be nice. We will be nice back, and we're all working on trying to find solutions. So hopefully we're able to get to that solution very quickly without having to have exchanges back and forth. But once again, thanks to the users and thanks to the support team for solving issues for the users and letting you all know once again that we are here. A raw video, I call it. This is Facebook Live. This is a iPhone video that includes all grammatical errors and anything else that may happen while it's live. It's real, unedited. Audio may not be great sometimes, but it lets us connect with you guys as we're out on the road. And I know a while back that Raymond down in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, had asked for UZURV after hours. He wanted to see a live video broadcast later in the evening. And I've done some testing with just individuals with back and forth with video, and when I'm driving at night, because I do get out there pretty much every weekend, just like our entire UZURV operations team does, it can be difficult to see anything. So you might be able to hear, but the lighting is not great, and without driving around with the dome lights on or the LED lights on, it doesn't make for great video. It might make for an interesting conversation, but if we do one, it's going to be quick. I'd be interested to see who wants to tune in to something like that when we're all out there actually trying to make some money out there doing rideshare. So we'll keep that in mind. But you know, the nice thing is that, you know, I've met Raymond in person a few times when we've been in North Carolina. He feels comfortable posting the comments in the video. We're comfortable, you know, reading them and responding to them, and it's an example of what I'm trying to explain here, is that we're real people, we're approachable. You can get a hold of us, you can voice your concerns and suggestions, and we're going to listen to them. We're going to do our best, and we're drivers just like you. So everyone, all the way up to our CEO, who gets in his SUV and goes out and drives UberX, Uber XL when he gets a chance. It keeps us grounded and in contact with the users of our app, both on the rider and on the driver side. So anytime you have a question about rideshare in general, we're happy to help you out if we can. You know, we're not here to answer technical support questions for other apps, but we can tell you sometimes how our experience has been with that particular issue and that type of thing. So I'm going to see who we got. It looks like we got quite a few people on here right now, which I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Dan out in Tahoe. We got Daryl. We got Harrison in here in Richmond. David down in Florida. Denise Jones, welcome. Dan says hello again. Harold. Jack in Northern Virginia. Actually, Jack may be in Maryland, or he could be in DC at any given time. He may be in multiple places at once. Chris, Chris, thanks for tuning in. We're looking forward to having Chris actually up here in the office. That should be happening in January. So he's probably getting ready for a nice size moving experience, and hopefully we can get him settled into Richmond in time to teach him how to do rideshare in the River City. It's gonna be a little different than Gainesville, Florida. Jack, how's it going? Tanya's on, Matt's on. Where's Fred? Good question. Fred's in the office. He's not in the car. I'm driving yet another vehicle this week. I keep switching it up for you guys. I had a pleasant surprise from my friends at Uber that they altered the vehicle requirements again for our city here and allowed me to reactivate my other XL vehicle, my older one, and went out and had a fantastic weekend. Saturday night, Sunday night was a different experience, considering I've been driving UberX for the last 7-8 months. So being able to go XL over the weekend was fun. Jack's got some funny comments. You guys can all tune in here later and check them out. Summer, thanks for joining. Matt Hunt's interested in the after hours issue, or after hours conversations. Bailey says he's in Richmond. Hey Bailey, thanks for tuning in. All right, so yeah, we appreciate the comments. It's good when I'm sitting at a light like that, I can look at them, because I am moving around through good old Richmond. What I'd like to see, you know, is, since we do this video at the same time every week, 3 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays, is be able to get a little more dialogue going, because with some feedback from you guys, the users of the app. I'm seeing a lot of interesting things on the support desk that we monitor, and there's some very common questions. A lot of them are in relation to usability of the app, and those are things that are all being tracked. And as soon as we get our server migration done, believe me, they've got a list of things that are going to go into the next update of the app. But if there's other questions that come up, you know, we definitely want to know what they are. If you don't have time to pop them into an email or a feedback request to the corporate team, keep the dialogue open, you know, whether it be through the app, the feedback option in the app menu, through the email. We want to hear them, we want to see them, we want to be able to respond to them. And if you can tune into this video or even post a comment afterward when you're viewing the video, it definitely at least gets the information out there and everyone can share in the answer. All right. All right, so moving on. Important topic when we talk about riders. We still, I mean, I'm going through, and every time I get questions from drivers related to rider questions, or how does my rider do this, how does my rider do that, the first thing I do now is take a look in my database and see, does this driver have the rider version of the app? Because believe it or not, the answers are in there. If you've used both apps, then you know how they operate, and when there's an update to the software, you will be able to see the changes, just like we all do when we're driving rideshare. We've got the driver app and the rider app. If you don't have both, you're probably not very successful. And if you have Lyft and drive for Lyft, you probably have a separate device that's running the other version. So, you know, same thing applies here. In order to educate your passenger and in order to walk them through sometimes how to make a reservation or how to click, you know, confirm arrival, those types of things, or how to launch the TNC app from inside the app, from inside our app rather, you got to know how it works. So when we have drivers asking questions about how does my, you know, my rider had a problem with this, this, and this, and we don't know how to figure it out, and first thing I do, look and see, do they have the rider version? Usually the answer is no. So, you know, get out there to your drivers. I know a lot of you that are watching this video watch all of them routinely, but we need to spread the word out there. We got over 1,600 people in this Facebook group, and about 130 a week are watching the video, so that's less than 10%. We got to get the word out there. Download the rider version. And I've heard, yeah, I don't have enough space on my phone. Get a new phone. If you don't have enough space for an app that's only a few megabytes large, you've either got too much music on your phone or probably some other apps that aren't making you money. This one's going to make you some extra money, so make some space for it. The next thing is, you know, we talked about homework several weeks ago, maybe even months ago now. It's like, okay, so if you've got the rider app and you just get one other person to have the rider app, and then I think the following week we said, okay, one more person that was not a family member or a friend. So now you've got 3 referrals for yourself. Everyone should have at least 3 referrals. If you have less than 3 referrals, then number one, you haven't watched the video.